happy to be physical against these England players when they have, but they'll put them under a little bit of pressure when they've got the ball, and certainly Ghana have shown that in the games that they've played. They've really come on leaps and bounds under this manager.
Just have to be seriously impressed with Lucia Kendall. Keen to take the ball on every occasion, runs in behind the defence as well. Boaduwaa. Boaduwaa again. Now Laetitia, who's looked so comfortable at centre-back in recent England appearances. Kendall, and across her body. Walsh. Park. And popping his ball around. Bronze. Eva Jones was just too strong. Kendall. Siding Kelly here perhaps. Hind. Kelly whips it in. It's just too far in front of Eva Jones, and Park couldn't get there either.
I have to say the confidence, including even the players that are new to this squad, new to the team. Well, they're just dealing with the ball very, very well. Great patterns of play, and I think that just the environment that Sarina Wiegman creates for these players is obviously helpful. It sustains them, it makes them better. And I think because the under-23s mirror what the seniors do, that also helps, Sarah, because they know what they're coming into, they know the routines, the environment. That does help, even though there's an obvious step up in quality.
The pathway is clear. So many players, and it's not particularly recently, players who've impressed for the under-23s being given a chance at senior level. 23s losing to the US yesterday. Counts. On the ball in the first 10 minutes here. Walsh. Park.
Coming up quick, it's a good ball on that wide area.
It's cut up by Kurtz. Lorca. Simon. Lorca again. Maybe. Meche. Yeboah. Again, who captained the 20s Ghana side the past year or so. Right shape, experienced leader at the back for Ghana. And the side prepared to take the try and pass the way through the opposition, but the opposition they're facing tonight is a level above.
Absolutely. I think they've got a better structure. England, obviously, they spend a lot more money on it.
But this is Badu trying to get away through, and a tester. And a confidence booster for Ghana early on.
Yeah, I think it just proves giving a little bit of space. Well, they have got players with the ability to score from those sort of positions. Which is an unfortunate slip from Boaduwaa, but probably a little bit tame into Morehouse's hands, but we have seen it score some goals. Badu are getting in good positions.
There's a 1-in-2 record. Doris Boaduwaa for Ghana. Even though looking sharp in the early stages, Laetitia. Ghana holding that line at the moment that enables England players to break in behind it, but Simon spot the danger across being Beaver Jones. You can see the hunger in the way that Beaver Jones plays.
Yeah, she's a natural finisher, natural 9. Beaver Jones scores goals. Seen that at England, seen it at club level.
Kujo, who made her Ghana debut at 29, time at the top level, higher level, relatively late. She's shown she can play at the level. Here's Park. Time to just clip that cross towards the back post, and Conlon able to get her hands on the ball. Sophia Conlon, who is the Ghanan #1, just in terms of shirt number, but standing in this squad. Kusi. Wachi moving in field, prepared to take the chance with their passing. do look more confident in their progression of play than China were. Watchalong looking for Boaduwaa. Covered, combination of Letizia and Bronze.
Yeah, you sort of want England to be tested in these games. It's so important that Sarina Wiegman's got a good idea about the whole of a squad, the depth in it, and how they react to certain situations and against certain oppositions. But you know, you'd think that probably the key thing for England, when they lose possession, we've seen them being vulnerable at times. You saw it in the Euros, so I think Ghana will certainly test England in that way tonight.
England looking to test Ghana here. Beaver Jones. Challenge came across. Watchalong. Walsh fling England again tonight. Kelly trying to roll with Yeboah. Affinity. And then the pull back by Kearns, and then kicking the ball away. 2 quick offences, brings the yellow card. Can't argue with that.
Yeah, there's certainly pressure on the ball from the opposition that wasn't there against China at Wembley. Just couldn't keep up there. And Boaduwaa just had the little bit of pace to get away.
Boaduwaa knows he'd got away from Kearns. Sarina Wiegman going for that Aston Villa midfield partnership. Walsh behind them. Kendall. Kusi. Calmly done.
Ghana have started well with the press as well. I mean, they usually are all action aggressive, but they just moderated the press a little bit, because if they do go too far and they're a little bit risky, you know what England can do with the ball in behind.
Vuvamoy. Hines. Kelly saw the run, finds the teammate in Kearns. Ends up going back in the end to Hines. Letizia. Bronze. Kendall wants the ball played, but then Bronze played it behind Kendall in the end. Boaduwaa had the chance.
Yeah, that's the bit. You win the ball back, you do really well. It's like, where does that first pass go? Can it go a little bit further? Can you get runners beyond? And while England are out of shape and they push players up the pitch.
Bronze. Park. Beaver Jones. Park. Trying to duck inside. Jota trying to bring it forward for Ghana. Boaduwaa must win the free kick in the end. So player spent 8 years at Everton. Of course, Liverpool is her city. Yeah. No doubt about that. You hear her talk as well.
Yeah, it's a lovely night. Shani Boaduwaa, who's been about the women's game in this country for years. It's great for her to play against England for Ghana. Both sides of her heritage. Fabulous, and I know she's very proud.
The perfect matchup for her. But to the national side. Behind. Watchalong. Dua. To Yeboah. Susan Dua again. Of course, China were 3-0 down at this point on Saturday. Boaduwaa. Prepared to try and play out in these sort of areas though, Ghana. Taking the risk. Kusi. Almost wriggled away. They even force teams to do this sometimes.
He's looking at this manager of Ghana, is looking at what he's got and the talent that he's got, and it's just talking about adding a Swedish structure to it to benefit the most from what they've already got.
Here's Kearns. And looking for Park, too much on the pass in the end.
They're just feeling the way into the game in attacking areas. Scored a good goal, England. Some nice little passages of play, but it's about the connections between the players. It's difficult when you haven't played together a lot, and you don't play together a lot as a group, but it's about getting into that position very, very quickly in the game. Good to see a left footer at left back as well, Seb. Taylor Hines, I think that is crucial for the balance of the back four.
Interestingly, a player who can play on both sides, and has done.
Yeah, quite happy to use a left foot on this side, which is crucial in terms of passing angle, but also the way you defend and go out to defend.
Bronze to Kendall. England moving this ball well, Cairns. Switched across to Kelly. Hines going to Cairns. He's seen a lot of the ball so far. Kelly. It's just volleyed away by Santiago.
She's got the licence to run forward, Cairns. She certainly has the energy to do that. She gets herself close to Chloe Kelly and just works those triangles with Hines coming in behind.
A little grimace from Kelly as she crossed that ball in. So she's moving okay. There's Letitia. Kelly. No, she's not. She's gone down, Chloe Kelly. Just waiting for her to form an action, just to test if she had a problem. She certainly has a problem. It's almost like she felt a twinge as she crossed the ball in. And Ghana sportingly putting the ball out of play. They didn't have to, well, they have done. So Kelly can get some treatment, perhaps.
Yeah, just feeling down the back of her knee. I don't know whether it's the top of her calf, bottom of hamstring, but just a little issue for Serena Wiegman. Obviously, they have a plan in place. There's no point in risking, you know, these players, and talk about the amount of minutes that they play or don't play and the schedule that they've got. You've just got to be really careful.
Well, you also don't feel if Kelly's got any sort of issue that she would take a chance. It's not as if England are short of options tonight. But going to more positive things for Lucia Kendall. What a moment to score at St Mary's.
I just love to see this. You know, you've got young, promising players with so much potential, and then something like this happens. Your home ground. I actually dreamt about that last night.
But Lucia Kendall, a player who effectively, really, when you saw her performance in her first start for England, she seemed like she'd been there forever. And it's when you think of a player like Grace Clinton had that impact as well. That's exactly what Serena Wiegman is looking for in players that come into the squad.
Listen, it's about players taking on information. A good player, you only have to tell one something and then they do it, and you don't have to keep asking. They know what you want, and she takes that on board, and she looks like, because of her rapid rise, she obviously is like a sponge in terms of knowledge and information that she takes on, but she looks like an all-rounder.
So the crowd applauding off one of the Euros heroes in Chloe Kelly, but her match is over. But she'll remember this year, certainly. And Beth Mead, another of England's champions. Listen to that roar, what a reception.
Wow, she was brilliant at the weekend, wasn't she? Oh, such a natural scorer, Beth Mead.
Mead moving herself up the all-time goal-scoring list for England. 39 goals now. So Kelly off, Mead on. England effectively retaining their level of quality. Morehouse, who didn't have many touches, it's fair to say, on her debut. She won't mind a clean sheet to her name. Tick that one off.
Yeah, I think this is a little bit more of a challenge, isn't it? Playing against Ghana. FIFA rankings won't tell you that, but what I've seen with my own eyes in the opening 23 minutes or so certainly does.
There has been a lot of complaints really from Ghana supporters about their ranking. I saw China where they played and felt they're a side who could take on China and give them a real game, if not beat them. But I hope to do that if they can get to a World Cup, and they have plenty of support, taking them everywhere. The National Supporters Union at the heart of that support for Ghana. Home or away. It's actually one of the best atmospheres to watch the national team play at home. I know the Women's Cup of Nations early on next year, the semi-finalists, the full semi-finalists in that competition will qualify for the World Cup, and there'll be two possible further places as well through inter-federational playoff. But that's his aim.
Yeah.
His major aim is to get them to that tournament in Brazil.
Yeah, I mean, he's sort of like a positional play coach, but I think what he does is adapt well. He just doesn't put his own style on a group of players who might not be able to do that in a pure sort of sense. He looks at the strength of his players, and he's just trying to sort of instill a little bit more of the organisation needed.
Beaver Jones. Kendall to Beaver Jones. Moves out to Kusi. Kusi showing a nice little turn. Should want to do that high up the pitch, but it still looks good. Good joke. Wache. The most experienced player in this Ghana squad by a long way. Footed centre back. Kusi. Prepared. Take a chance if Ghana can get high up the pitch.
But they've got out, and that's the thing. You know, you take a risk, it's certainly a risk to reward. You lose it, England are right on top of your goal, but if you keep hold of it, you can get yourself up the pitch.
Nice turn from Walsh. To slide that through. I think she was aiming for a nutmeg there, but got to be careful in these sort of areas if you're Ghana, because England will pick your pocket. Letitia.
Had to do it first time. I think Ken's thought that that's the space you got.
Kendall again. Eye for goal at the moment. I heard from her before kick-off how important playing at this ground, and of course playing for England, to get that goal. Memorable for her. Get fouled by Beaver Jones. The referee go back for the free kick in the end. But Missy Kearns with that chance, if she had scored for England, it would have been interesting in the fact that not only her first goal for England, but actually her first goal for a couple of seasons. She hasn't scored for Aston Villa in the 2 seasons she's played for the club. Playing a role further forward for England than she does for a club at the moment. Noeche.
Gives you a bit of freedom when you've got Kira Walsh behind you, though. You've seen that, she's ventured forward a few times.
Santiwa slipping. Yeboah. Boaduwaa. There's Vilvomoy. She finds Walsh. Nicely done by Mr. Vilvomoy. Kendall.
Yeah, in these games are what it's all about. That sort of thing that Vilvomoy did then, making good decisions, doing the simple things well, getting out of trouble, just giving the pass into the midfielder. And even though you play against China and you win by loads of goals, you still got to do those things right, because at some point you'll be playing teams better.
Letitia. Letitia swinging to Park. Walsh slips it through. Beaver Jones is in. Oh, not quite. Well, actually got back at her.
You see the difference between Ghana and China. That ball in behind just doesn't beat everybody because the recovery is there. If you've got defenders who can recover with pace, just get the body in the way, then you're allowed to play that higher line, and you're allowed to leave space behind.
Actually 14 years the senior of Aggie Beever-Jones. The captain getting back. It's an important challenge, but an England corner. Taylor Hines. Corner for England. And goes up and claims very well.
Yeah, another difference. The goalkeeper comfortable in a position, comfortable going out and claiming it. Come on, Lan. She's a big presence.
Goalkeeper who's also a penalty-saving specialist like Hannah Hampton. She's saved 4 shootout spot kicks. For a couple of nations this year. Ghana finished 3rd. Letitia. Walsh. You're having to try and keep an eye on Kendall at the moment, but Kendall is so busy with her movement. Mead. Hines. See Hines on that right hand side at the moment. She's taking the corner from that side, but she's still comfortable in these areas. Mead to Kendall.
I like the way that they're moving the ball. England 1 and 2 touch. The movement is there. It's difficult to defend against. They look confident on the ball. They look assured. Oh.
Always the way. And then Park. Goes and then ends up going against her in the end. Look, we're allowed to say these things because they are going to give the ball away eventually.
Yeah, but it's true. I just think it screams a lot about the strength and depth for England when you've got younger players and newer players coming in and immediately looking at home.
High still on the right hand side and Bronze on the left at the moment. Kendall. Hines. I don't know if that's still a case of them trying to get back to their original shape from the corner, and now Bronze will go across.
We haven't mentioned Bronze. Bronze playing again. She is just an absolute machine. I bet Serena I'll give you a rest. I bet she's like, don't even say it. I'm playing every single game if I have to.
Yeah, you're not allowed to rest her. She's ready to go. 144th cap tonight. Lucy Bronze, who's level with Karen Carney.
Yeah, but can she breakdance like Karen Carney?
Nobody can. Has to swing it in. Oh, the goalkeeper missed it. And that could have been a very awkward moment indeed. And Conlon claiming that she slipped.
Yeah. That was it. It's actually a really good ball because it puts pressure on the defence, put pressure on the goalkeeper. You see there, just slipped underneath the ball. Oh, you've got to make sure your footwear is right. She obviously got a shout there. Boaduwaa. Luckily it wasn't on target for Ghana.
It's the moment where she says, I knew it was going wide. Kendall. Cairns. Letitia. Letitia to Beever-Jones. Boaduwaa trying to get tight with Chelsea forward. Letitia. Bronze. Down the line, Mead. And Mead forcing her way through. Very close, England to sliding that through there. Yameche clearing it away. An interception by the young midfielder. Kendall. Bronze. Walsh. So a lot of them moving into these sort of spaces. Kira Walsh last year for England.
Well to react, got a little bit of a deflection.
Beaver Jones. Walsh. Mead. Kind of struggled to get a foot on the ball. England looking to find that second bronze. Beaver Jones laid it back. Kendall again. It's 3 efforts now she's had in this half.
She gets in good positions, the edge of the box.
Kendall. Walsh. Bronze. Walsh. Jones. Joe sliding on the floor, did well. By Lorca. It's Hines. Park. Kearns. Kendall. It's just behind Kearns. It's going to reach Park. Sharp from Park. Excellent from Park. So close.
She's really positive, isn't she, Jess Park? When she gets on the ball, the first thought is forward, can she get across? But here, it's a nice little play. She receives the ball well and then quickly trying to create that bit of space. Then positive. This is big chances for players like Jess Park, and you know that Beekman likes Jess Park. She talks about her a lot in favourable. She puts her in the team when she can. She squeezes her in the team when she can if she's not got that central 10s, because they've got a lot of 10s free.
Oh, she's got so much ability, Jess Park. A player in recent years has been plenty of England squads. Actually down the line, should be mopped up by Boaduwaa. Badu can't get in the game at the moment. Boaduwaa. Letitia. Beaver Jones constantly making runs. Mead. One of those waltzes that Mead loves to do, and Beaver Jones the same. Beaver Jones. That was a little tug initially.
Definitely. Boaduwaa, I think it was. She's using all of her years' experience. And it's difficult because as a player, when you're at the receiving end, it's not quite enough. And you wouldn't just go down. It's not in the nature of these players to go down, but it doesn't look like a foul.
It's Boaduwaa. Letitia. Letitia, who's Manchester United side, well placed in the Champions League despite the defeat against Wolfsburg. Park. And Hines. Kendall constantly scanning around the pitch. Bronze. Park is in there. That's probably not a header from Jess Park. In those sort of areas would have been interesting, but Conlan cuts it out. Boaduwaa. The positives from a Ghana point of view is that just a goal behind at the moment. When they've had some moments, they've looked like a side who could potentially find a way through this England defence at some point.
Yeah, I mean, look at Boaduwaa up front. She can become a little bit isolated, but she's got terrific movement. She's mobile. It's really as good as the service that players around you give you.
Nice. They've looked assured, confident on the ball. Kendall, especially Lucia Kendall. Mead. Kendall. Prepared to take the ball in difficult areas, but Lorca read her that time and will win the free kick.
Stood well there. Lorca. That is about just a bit more intensity in that press in that middle, because England have had a lot of joy, a little bit more space than perhaps should be given by Ghana, but One of the forward players, Boaduwaa, is just making sure that she joins in and gets her team a free kick.
WSL experience, but currently in WSL 2 with Nottingham Forest in what is that club's debut season in that division. Wache goes bronze, always winning that header. Walsh, bronze. Mead, and too much on that pass in the end. So let's have a look. When Aggie Beever-Jones had broken through, did you feel the tug of the shirt?
Yeah, I mean, it's just the tug on the shirt as much as you can possibly get away with, just enough to the referee doesn't give a foul, but Beever-Jones just feels like if she went down she'd probably be cheating. It's not a natural thing, I think, for Beever-Jones to go down, so it was a little bit more than was necessary in terms of contact.
A decent tussle so far, though. Wache and Beever-Jones. Kusi shown she's got some technical ability to get around an opponent, but she's had to operate in her own half in doing that. Here's Moy helping it on to Kearns and now Park. The players slipping so far. With Mead coming on, Park moving across to this left-hand side. Letitia did miss it earlier. Chloe Kelly having to go off. She's holding the back of her knee. She was able to walk off. Letitia. Kearns will help it on. Here's Park. Park, see what she wanted to do. Wache sticking to task though. Midfielder. Kendall. Kearns. Once again, just popping that off to Hines. Park. Kearns. Park. Juice the body there from Park. Stopping Wache from hitting the ball. Letitia. Vubamoy. Walsh.
And Vubamoy, but causing problems. Is a good set piece.
Wow, what a first half she's had. Could have had more than the one goal. England corner. Park. Letitia. Imagine. Let's see how much added time we'll get. There was the stoppage for Kelly's injury. Mead swings it in nicely. And then the header from Vubamoy couldn't keep it down.
And she stayed up there. Vubamoy threat set pieces, protects her own box at defensive set pieces, but the ball into the box has been quite good for England. But I have to say, whether it's finishing or kind of defending, a lot better. And this is better for England, playing against an opposition that I think anybody learns too much about winning 8-0, but what you do is learn a lot about getting past different types of opponents who might defend a little bit differently.
Interesting first half. 2 more minutes to be added. Chantel Boylorca. She gets it back, but then the decision goes against Ghana in the end. Saying the last 15 minutes England have been particularly dominant in terms of their possession. Still looking for that second. Kearns pulls it back across. Beever-Jones just ran out of the room.
Good run again. Isabel Kearns down that left-hand side. Nice little ball as well. Just about getting the...
She's shown her intentions coming on. Beth Mead. Player we know so hungry for goals and such a big impact at the weekend. So half-time, as expected, England with a lot of the ball. And so far, the only goal is Sia Kendall. What a moment for the former Southampton player to score in this ground. But her goal is the only one in this game. As a mistake by Simon that led to it. But as far as England are concerned, plenty of chances after that, but just the one for this St Mary's crowd. Half-time, England 1, Ghana 0.
Celebrating the stars of tomorrow, Octopus Energy sponsors ITV's coverage of England women's football.
Can you do my dress up? What's happened? Are you actually kidding me?
You weren't supposed to burn the potatoes. Or invite everyone round at 2.
It's on 3 o'clock, right?
We weren't supposed to do presents this year.
I can't even be mad at you now, can I?
And you weren't supposed to take everyone home again. We weren't supposed to have our Beth either. We weren't supposed to get married. And you weren't supposed to be here. But you are, thanks to the best gift you ever got. And mine is still having you.
To help us fund life-saving research, donate 5, 10 or 20 pounds, text 5, 10 or 20 to 70499.
Take my money.
This festive double bucket from 20.99. Get the deal, believe in chicken.
Feel the difference with that fresh blade feeling that lasts time after time after time. Gillette Labs, our best ever razor, with up to 30 smooth shaves per cartridge. The skin everyone wants to touch. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Well, that's the holiday over.
Thank you!
When you fly Emirates, your holiday isn't over until your flight is over.
Whether it's a gin and tonic, a delicious whiskey ginger, or a vodka and blood orange soda, if 3/4 of your drink is the mixer, shouldn't it be made with the finest ingredients? At Fever Tree, we go to the ends of the earth to find Mexican orange oils, African quinine, and zesty ginger from Cochin, so you can enjoy these delicious ingredients with your favorite spirits, or simply on their own. Fever Tree, mixed with the best.
London life is all about living with differences. The opposites that attract, the riddles, the paradoxes, the exceptional and the contradictory. They're part of who we are. They make London what it is. You can feel it in the air. Cypress and Grapevine, Joe Malone, London.
Seen your email.
I know. You know, that was the 3rd one I sent this week.
Hi, I'm so sorry to trouble you again. If you could please pay us, that would be lovely.
Fantastic.
You didn't start a business to not get paid. Let Sage Copilot help do the chasing, so you could get paid up to 7 days faster. Get started for free. Search Sage Accounting.
Celebrating the stars of tomorrow, Octopus Energy sponsors ITV's coverage of England women's football.
It's her first England goal. Such a bright talent. Lucia Kendall putting England 1-0 up. More reaction and discussion coming next.
Celebrating the stars of tomorrow, Octopus Energy sponsors ITV's coverage of England women's football.
I Want You With Love, the new fragrance by Jimmy Choo.
I'm chasing invoices again.
Let Sage Copilot help your business get paid up to 7 days faster. Get started for free with Sage Accounting today.
You don't play Lotto. It's a conspiracy. No one ever wins.
It was me, and it could be you.
Hold up.
Lotto from the National Lottery.
Even at the home of the black stuff, they dream of a white one.
Happy Christmas.
I love that just washed freshness. A light scent that's like a soft whisper. But I need it to last through my day. That's why I love Silk Tree Blossom and Jasmine. It's the scent in Fairy's Dream Team. Pods, softener, and matching scent boosters. It's so soft on my sensitive skin and gives whispers of freshness. Right till the last hug of the day. Try the Fairy Dream Team for mild freshness that lasts. Always keep out of reach of children.
I wish you could talk to me, buddy. Just for one day.
Merry Christmas, Daisy.
Buddy!
It's a chewy, pully thing. Thank you! Guess what? There's a squirrel in there.
Where? Buddy says thank you. He'd waited months, then you adopted him. Put your woolly jumper in his bed, stayed with him all night. That's when he knew he was home.
How did you know that?
Dogs Trust. A dog is for life.
Whether it's a gin and tonic, a delicious whiskey ginger, or a vodka and blood orange soda, if 3/4 of your drink is the mixer, shouldn't it be made with the finest ingredients? At Fever Tree, we go to the ends of the earth to find Mexican orange oils, African quinine, and zesty ginger from Cochin, so you can enjoy these delicious ingredients with your favorite spirits, or simply on their own. Fever Tree, mixed with the best.
Well, that's the holiday over.
Thank you!
When you fly Emirates, your holiday isn't over until your flight is over.
In the wild, everything is always in front of you. Sauvage Elixir, Dior.
Celebrating the stars of tomorrow, Octopus Energy sponsors ITV's coverage of England women's football.
On Friday, the draw for the Men's FIFA World Cup 2026 will be made. 48 teams in the hat for next summer. England and Scotland are there, and you can see who they'll be playing on ITVX at 5 p.m. You can also join YouTubers Miles, Cam, Daniel and CJ who'll be watching along on ITV Sport YouTube as they dissect all ahead of what will be the biggest World Cup ever. Can't wait for that. Right, let's look ahead to the second half then. Anita Asante and Ian Wright. What do you want to see from England, Anita?
I want to see when England get into the final third that they create high quality opportunities to score, but they execute the finish as well, because I think that's how you really show that you can be a dominant team. And for the players that have come into this lineup, this is what some of them, their first opportunity to really try to impress Serena and cause her a problem in the future in terms of selection.
Do you think they've taken that opportunity?
I think there's been really good examples of them trying to play forward and have good movement. So they are trying to execute her game plan. It's just the quality of that final finishing.
And that's what it is. That's what it is, Katie. Is the taking of the chance is what gets you into the next squad and gets you into the consciousness of everybody saying, oh, she played really well, she scored. And you get opportunities in games like this. Even though Ghana are defending pretty well, you do feel like they're hanging on by a bit of a thread because the finishing could have been a little bit more clinical, but in the main, you just got to be a bit more ruthless with your finishing in a game like this.
And if you're Ghana, what are you thinking? Same again?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've reduced England 1-0 at half-time.
Yeah.
They would be happy with that result. So for them going into the second half, they want to maintain their organisation, their duels and being, getting into them, getting stuck into them. But can they get forward and start to put England on the back foot?
That's the problem we're having, Needs.
OK, let's rejoin your commentary team. Lucy Ward is alongside Seb Hutchinson.
So no changes for either side at half-time. It's the second half underway, and England with that one goal in the first half. A far cry from Saturday, of course, but those games are. And this feels, from the point of view for England, a nice place to be in a game like this. The midfield working pretty well in that first half. Taking on Hines, who deals with the problem.
Well there, Hines, England just need to keep doing what they were doing in the first half, getting those wide channels, exploiting Ghana down that side, early balls into the box, but just better finishing. But Ghana, they do offer a threat going forward, so back four of England need to concentrate.
Kusi, chance for her to run with the ball in that final third. Referee happy for play to continue. Spider touch. Yeboah. And Yeboah just surge past it in. Nyemeche. Good work. Walker, it's set up for her to strike it. And the youngster Stella Nyemeche with the skills on the right hand side. Here's Simon across. This would break for Ghana that time. And Kendall looks after it well. Yeboah. And then the flag's up against Nyemeche.
That's good. Good bit of play. She can afford a smile about it. Shani Boyaloka. She can see her name in lights here. Well, she certainly has the ability. Didn't quite get that right. You can watch it a long way, but they've got bodies in the box. Ghana, good ball into the box as well.
Still thinking about that chance. Boaduwaa. Letitia.
That's a familiar shape for England. Lucy Bronze holding the width on the right hand side. Just Park on the left hand side, and then it's all about the movement in between.
Kendall. Letitia. To Boaduwaa, will look for Park and finds Park. Brilliant pass, brilliant control. Kearns. Park. Boyaloka. And ball forward, there's Letitia. Kendall. Boaduwaa. Hines. Walsh. Kearns. onto Kendall. Kendall finds Bronze. Bronze will whip it in behind. It was an excellent ball. It caused a lot of indecision for the Ghana defence, but actually doing enough in the end.
She actually made a really good decision. Boaduwaa there. She could have put the ball in the back of the net, but she wasn't quite sure whether a goalkeeper was going to get there. It's a searching ball, isn't it, on the right hand side from Bronze.
Boaduwaa slides it in towards Kearns, tried to flick it onto Park, and successful in that in the end. Kearns, Bronze at the back post. Simon away. Kusi will win the throw in the end.
It's a good ball out to start with, but Lucy Bronze maybe just level. But this is all about an early ball. That's what I said right at the start of the second half. Just puts pressure on the Ghanaian defence, but in the end, great decisions to get a little touch. She knew she was going to have to take it away from Diva Jones.
I saw that Susan Dewar, the other centre-back, never allowed Diva Jones to get the run on her. Here's Boaduwaa. Nice pass from Boaduwaa. Kendall onto Mead. It's a good passing from England in this match. They win a corner.
When it's going through Kendall, it's really positive, whether she takes it herself or whether she just connects play. This is all about connecting play. She had a look over her right shoulder. She knew that she had a bit of space. Just feeds the ball into Beth Mead.
Well, Simon in stretching for that ball. He's gone down. She was trying to block the cross. She's hurt herself here. On her debut.
She's actually done all right on that left hand side. Just caught behind it. Just caught herself. That would be a shame if she has to go off.
Well, Kim Bjerken so far will be pleased with the fact that the score is only what it is. There's some bright moments for Ghana in this game. Disappointed for Simon here if she has to come off.
He's just moving and looking forward to the next AFCON. Just improving this team's position again within the continent.
Well, this Friday, the men's FIFA World Cup draw takes place. And we'll have the coverage on ITVX and also a watch-along on YouTube as well. Reaction to that draw as well. And then live EFL action in the Championship as Derby face Leicester in East Midlands Derby. Saturday midday. England take the corner short. Mead shifts it onto Park. Back to Mead. Hines will just be eased off the ball there by Yeboah. Comfort Yeboah. Teenage fullback doing well there.
If they can just add a little bit more to the game at the top end of the pitch, Ghana, they could cause England problems, but England have got a lot of control over this game. We'll want the second, I'm sure. Serena Wiegman make changes, like to see others come on. I'd quite like to see Freya Godfrey, that's for sure. Just to give it a few minutes, but Serena Wiegman obviously has a plan in place.
Yeah, Chloe Kelly went off in that first half. A free kick to Ghana for the foul on Chantal Boy-Lorca. Extra yard taken there by Boaduwaa. She pops it towards Chantal Boy-Lorca. Could have been an awkward moment for Hines, but she threw it away. Here's Simon. We're going to get round Bronze. She didn't get her crossing. Bronze, here's it. Only as far as Santua. Kusi. Kusi trying to slip it through.
That's the thing said, well, ever it's just 1-0 to England, Ghana will think that if they can just get a chance to get the ball in the right areas, that they could equalise. So it's imperative, I think, you can get that second goal just to relax things.
Forward there by Lotte Bouvermoy. Adam Morehouse firing that pass in towards Kira Walsh, who did deal with it in the end. Kusi. Boaduwaa. And covering across Lucy Bronze is okay.
I haven't really seen her have a proper run. Boaduwaa in that 9 position. She's a little bit late there on Lucy Bronze, but you feed her the ball in the right place, in between the centre half and the full-backs, but she just hasn't had the service, good enough service anyway. Bronze is alright, surprise.
The knee on the knee. Santiwa. He's getting the foot in. Joe. Simon. She gives that to Mead, and now Beaver Jones. Kendall to Pence. Bronze. Mead. That is a free kick. Simon doesn't feel that's the case because the break was on, but it is a free kick.
It's an awkward challenge. She felt that she could win the ball, and she actually touched Mead first before she got to the ball.
So set piece here, Hines will come across. Footed option. Where England took this
loop hit the defender as well as it passed from Beaver Jones.
So England chances in quick succession, striking the woodwork. Park. It's given away by Hines. Boyaloka. Ghana about to make a couple of changes. Hines puts it out of play. I think those changes will come now. So Princess Marfo is going to come on, who's a winger tricky to deal with, wearing number 7. Boaduwaa coming off. The other change, Abigail Kim, forward player. So Kim will go through the middle. Kusi making way. Still some bright moments for Kusi in the game. Kusi, when she did get forward, well, she could cause a problem. But it's now over to Princess Marfo, who is a player who likes to run with the ball as well. And as far as England are concerned, a triple change. And a Manchester City triple change. Lorca. Flips it through the middle. Marfo, her first touch looked like she handled it. Morehouse makes the save anyway, but it was handball. You can see that from here.
Yeah, it was obvious handball, but Morehouse just went through with the save and did really well. But you know, as soon as you're a little bit more direct, you're getting in behind, see a little touch with the left hand. Morehouse wasn't taking any chances.
She had the right smile as she was taking the shot. Princess Marfo. For Bouvermoy. It's turn from Kearns. Still Kearns. Santiwa did well. Just hold up Kearns. For Bouvermoy. Letitia. Letitia, it through to find Mead, couldn't do so. Here's a Santua. Mead to Kearns. Palm. Walsh. Sit out towards Bronze. Wanted to run somebody down the line. Tissier. Hines. Well, we had all that debate, but it feels as though Mayor Tissier future could just be a centre-back for England.
Oh, absolutely. There's no question. All right, those two together as well. New partnership.
Good show. Santua. Yeboah. Santua again. Just got to play the ball forward. She's that sort of player. Sometimes she can't make that pass. So the former Manchester City player Jess Park makes way for Lauren Hemp. One of 3 Manchester City players coming on here for England. Missy Boaduwaa, who had those opportunities to score for England for the first time. Killer Brown comes into the midfield. Killer Brown, and off goes Kendall. After scoring the only goal of the game, but a memorable one for her. And Grace Clinton on in her place. Player who knows about making a quick impact with England.
I think all 3 who went off have played their part in this game. Kearns in particular, and Kendall. Just quite down the right-hand side. Done well.
Bronze. Mr. Mead trying to move that ball on quickly. Walsh. Win it back though. Boyle-Orker. I think she saw the run of Marfo and was some indecision. I think she wanted more.
Yeah, I think some of the decision making in the final third as a group. Ghana has just let them down when they've got in those positions, and when it's 1-0 down, decisions are better, getting yourself on equal terms.
Well, the foul from Clinton. What are we thinking? Maybe, just maybe, Ghana can get something from this.
Say when you're only 1-0 down, you just need an opportunity, whether it's a set piece, whether it's a mistake by England, or somebody doing something wonderful.
So, the left foot of the centre-back, veteran, Boaduwaa. Sends it in. Far away from finding its mark in Kim. Simon. It's looked good actually going forward, which should be given the opportunity. Fine run. And then cleared away by Hines. I think Boyle-Orker, she had peeping for a handball against Hines. I just wanted the ball switched to her.
Just growing in confidence now. Ghana all of a sudden just putting England on the back foot to steady themselves.
And around Hines with Kim, pulls it back, it's just away from Marfo.
Great burst of speed on that right side from Kim.
Clinton. It's pushed through, Michaela Brown turns, drives towards goal. Hip, her first run since coming up. Pulls it back to Michaela Brown. Couldn't work it onto Clinton. Walsh. Bronze. Back to Letitia. Mead. Vubamoy. Hines. Linkilla Brown with space. You can put it back as well. And it will be a corner. Eva Jones with the effort.
That's a positive introduction. Linkilla Brown. Now that left-hand side, watch the run. There's lots of space for her to run into. It's about picking a player out. Sees Beaver Jones in there, finds her, but there's enough in front. It stops the ball from going in the back of the net. It's better for England. Did hit her hand, arm.
No, they need to raise the level again with Ghana having a sniff. That would be a famous result for them. Beaver Jones, Hempen bronze at the back post. All players good in the air. Goes the England corner. Boaduwaa. Mead. Here's it back towards Letitia. Hines. Mead. Walsh. Letitia. Santua wins the free kick. Good on the ball, Santua. Simon has grown in confidence as the game's gone on. An attacking role. Marfo trying to get around Letitia. There's Linkilla Brown. Busy since coming on, lost by Hemp. Side against Boaduwaa, but there's a growing sense here of a lot to like about this Ghana side.
Yes, good substitutes as well. He's injected a little bit more pace into that forward line. They're getting a little bit braver with the ball, taking more risks.
Now Clinton to take a risk. Linkilla Brown. Hemp. Puts that ball in. And the defending was pretty good in the end there. Who's been busy today. Chibuache.
Yeah, they've got the height of the line right, I think, Ghana tonight. You know, they drop deep when they need to deny the spacing behind, and they'll push up because they can recover. She's done well since she's come on. Linkilla Brown. She's always leaning across. It's not a handball. She knows what she's doing.
Just gets caught by a leg of Grace Clinton right at the end. That's what the problem is. You see that?
Oof.
Well, Ghana last qualified for the World Cup in 2007, and other sides from Africa have made impressions at World Cups. Recently than that, when you think of Nigeria, the problems that they gave England, and Nigeria are maybe the standout team in the continent, but Ghana will need to feel that they could be in that mix.
He will be very pleased with how his team's responded. He's set them up well. They're organised, they've got a good structure, they've got a little bit of an outlet and a threat going forward, but it's just about connecting all those pieces together.
Yes, so repeat again. Cup of Nations, the women's one is also next year, as is the men's. 4 semi-finalists in that edition will qualify for the 2027 Women's World Cup. And then the losing quarter-finalists go into a playoff to then go into another playoff. Not to explain.
Sounds simple, that's it.
So just reach the semi-finals, that's the important thing. Kuja. Haven't shrunk away in what is seen as the most high-profile friendlies that Ghana have ever had.
And really, it's a defining moment in the history of Ghanaian women's football at international level. And about matching and trying to match these sides, top European sides, giving a good account of themselves tonight.
Clinton to bronze. Gives it away to Kujo. Jennifer Kujo. Santiwa, who are the main midfield partnership at the moment for Ghana, and this little pair at the base of that midfield. Dua for Kim. And Stella Lemeche has done very well in a game like this. It's one of the biggest games she's played in as well. These friendlies are important. The profile of these players, because we know that the Ghana FA and the Okagren are keen to have as many Ghanaian players at top clubs in Europe.
Makes sense. It certainly makes sense to just accelerate the development.
Matches like this can be a showcase for that. Morehouse. As it stands, they're looking at back-to-back clean sheets in her first 2 caps for England. Fubumboy. That's Clinton. Hines. Well, it's been a feature actually of England, I'd say, the last year. The younger players who've come into the squad have looked comfortable, so many of them, when they've been given their opportunity. Spoke about Clinton in previous years, but tonight seeing Kendall and Killer Brown keen to be a fixture in this squad as well.
Just see how this next generation adapt and cope under pressure. There's a bit of pressure on these games, even though they're friendlies.
Boa did well because it was Lauren Hemp chasing that. She turns 19, the 17th of December.
She's always that option out left, isn't she, Hemp? Causes problems.
They're taking the corner short again. Do her away. The Killer Brown. Walsh. Letitia. Mead. Killer Brown sliding it in towards Clinton. Walsh. Killer Brown. The turn from Clinton. And a signature turn. She's didn't quite look after it in the end. And Kujo trying to push Miss Clinton away off the ball.
Killer Walsh once again just quietly goes about her business, just sitting in behind most of the time, in behind the other 2 centre midfielders, passing, defending well.
So England bringing on Alessia Russo. Akiviva Jones comes off, no goal for her tonight. Full of energy, but had those opportunities as well in the park. And what a roar for Alessia Russo, one of the most popular England players, and for good reason. Letitia. Walsh. Clinton. The free kick as Santiwa frustrated.
Man, these last 2 games for England, Mead has been really bright. She's pouncing on loose balls, she's making passes, getting the ball wide, just clever in possession.
I think Ghana were complaining because they felt they should have had a free kick on the touchline a moment or 2 ago. It's not always how it works, of course, but
yeah.
England free kick, possibly shooting range. Taylor Hyde probably asking Benjamin, do you fancy this from this distance? Over by him. We saw that with that opportunity.
Again, she saw that coming quite a while ahead. She's trying to get it on target, but loopy.
So warm applause for Chantal Boyaluka as she comes off. Appreciates the reception as well. Evelyn Badu will replace her in the same role, similar role. They often play together. And then Priscilla Dubea will come on. And the youngster, the 20-year-old, Stella Moniche, had some bright moments. And she'll be hoping a bright future as well. The 20s captain. Well, Russo coming on as a substitute. Lucy, voted the best women's player at the Football Supporters Awards last night.
She's a fabulous, fabulous player. Alessia Russo's in the last sort of season and a half has just gone up to the next level.
Saw her first hand receive that award, even though she wasn't present for the night, because of course she's preparing for this game. But you were there, Lucy, of course, receiving an award of your own.
Yes, but we don't talk about that. Yeah, it's marvellous, marvellous.
But England at the moment still searching for that second goal to make this result feel safe.
Yeah, they've been tested, haven't they? I think they've kind of been combative, competitive, not made it easy for England. That's the sort of game that you want.
Here's Clinton. Walsh. Hines. Hemp. And Hemp to prod it through. Oh, that's unfortunate. Do a clearing there and struck Kudjoe at close range.
That's all you need. Cold, horrible, wet night, and then you just get one in the face from your teammate. Try to get out of the way. Did it actually just hit her hand, actually?
It's funny with the arm up and striking the face. First thought from an England supporter watching that is there a VAR check for that? Which is it's just the way of football. For Ghana so far, there'd have been fears ahead of this one, considering how well England played, how effective they were on Saturday, and England have looked dangerous again tonight. But for Kim Heckerin, he'll be very pleased.
I think they've got an identity, haven't they? They're mobile, aggressive. They've got players who can turn a game. Technical players, final third, a bit of pace, and also coming up, the talent from the under-20s is excellent. The last manager brought a lot of those into the group, and that's so important as well for progression.
Just about the next World Cup, but tournaments after that as well, trying to establish themselves. Clinton, can she get there? She can. Clinton, Mead. Clinton, nice turn from Clinton. Slide this to Mead. Maybe too long on the ball in the end. England have been able to bring on a lot of quality from the bench.
Yeah, it's fabulous to see so much talent. Soon if England can use.
Was watching that line. Simon, not allowed to play. Check that error for the England goal. Performance since then. But it still looks like it's going to be the defining moment. Challenge from Simon. And as I speak, you can see that free kick, so will be England with a chance to cross it in from here.
There's Beth again. Just getting in there first, just drawing the foul, making sure she touches it, gets stood on.
And of course looking for more goals, but if it is to be one, it will feel extra special for Lucia Kendall to be the match winner. But while you're in the game, you're just looking for that buffer. He's still moving a bit gingerly, so it might have to be Hines to strike this one. So Hines clips it in there, standing it up to be attacked. And in for Clinton. Going to leave this for Hines. That's the case. To the last 10 minutes here. The game's still in the balance. New England had so much of the ball and the better chances of the game. Always was to the opposition. Hines. Clinton. Hines. Break now to Walsh. Killer Brown. Taking off her toes. Santua. That's the free kick again. Every time she's on the ball, Santua, she's determined not to be rushed.
Yeah, there's a lot of bodies, yellow shirts on in that middle area, so you just got to make sure you passes the true and find the target.
To a place of football, actually. But Juarez in Mexico. These young players playing across different continents. Is Simon. Switzerland. Santua got the pass wrong. It's a shame they're in a good position there. Russo. Santua trying to win it back. Russo bursts away. Cuts across here, Russo. It is brought back for the free kick in the end. She saw that coming.
A great take from Russo. So difficult to budge off the ball, and she's so secure when she receives it. Nice little turn, and then upper body strength keeping everybody off, so they have to hack her down.
A challenge from Yeboah at the end there is what has brought her a yellow card.
From an England point of view, it's about managing the game now. If you can get a second, then get the second, but in terms of the risks that they take, not high.
Bronze wanting to get that ball back. See Bronze here sit for 90 minutes. Bronze, Walsh. Same with Walsh as well, who received a challenge from Badu.
Some tired challenges.
Serena Wingman, she knows her side in some matches have wasted chances, but they've been on this 17 match and 17 game run in which they've scored in all of those games. It's a record run for an England side. It's the one so far tonight. Hines, and it's too close to the goalkeeper.
I think we're just used to watching higher quality since Serena Wigman's taken over. The success is unbelievable, really. They just keep wanting going, raising the standards.
certainly created the chances tonight to be several goals in front. So if we're judged by the number of goals you scored, they do. He's just the one that wins it. Still the win to end the year. Here's Hemp with a flourish. Well tackled there by Yeboah. Letitia, Walsh, Hines, Clinton. Killer Brown, Bronze, Mead and Killer Brown. Then Marfo. Good work, but then they've lost it. Walsh. Walsh again. Hemp hangs it in there too close to the goalkeeper again. Overall, handling's been good from Conlon.
Yeah, makes it. I think they've defended well on the whole. They made one mistake, conceded a goal, and then from then on, the combination of England's finishing and the way that the goalkeepers played and defence, that's all over the pitch, just pressing and getting close to England, not making it easy for them.
Letitia. Moy into Walsh. Again, there was good pressure on the ball actually from Badu, who stayed down. He needs some treatment. Badu, one of the substitutes. So is he going to sub his sub? We'll see. Making a couple more changes here, Garner, so let's see if that's the case. And I think that we are going to see the subs because, and I wonder if he's having to change who comes off here, because Evelyn Badu, who was a sub not that long ago, may have to come off.
Yeah, that's a shame. Badu there. It was just a clash, wasn't it? Clash of legs. A hit, perhaps.
Well, they did finish third in Cup of Nations that was earlier this year, and if you're wondering why they're so close together, the two editions, well, it was postponed a year because initially it was going to be around the same time as the Olympics in Paris.